Hi everyone, today for our Thoughts on Education program, I am with Miss Sharvari Dalal, Program Director, School of Management, TransStadia Institute, affiliated to Mumbai University. Ma'am, I welcome you and I would like to ask you some questions that would help students visiting our website to know your institute better and also education system in a better way. Ma'am, so beginning with, you have held key position at education institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
The key factor for me that keeps me connected to the education sector after all these years is definitely my involvement and my connect with the schools.
Ma'am, being the director of TransStadia Institute, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
As far as TransStadia Institute is concerned, we have a very team-oriented leadership style, all of us in fact. We don't think of us as leaders, we think of ourselves as a team. So we always work as a team no matter what the challenge is.
Ma'am, being the director of TransStadia Institute, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for marketing and administration of your school?
At TransStadia Institute, affiliated with Mumbai University, our philosophy was very different. We started with the pillar of sports. So we decided to advance the careers of athletes, of sporting individuals who want to work in the sporting ecosystem. So all of our programs were designed to ensure that sport was at the center. So whether it was marketing, whether it was administration, or whether it was designing the curriculum, since we are also a center of excellence of sports at TransStadia Institute in Mumbai University, we ensure that everything flew from sports. Everything had to go from sports. So there is a connection that we've built around sports in TransStadia Institute.
Ma'am, the education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
At our institute, we ensure that anyone who is interested in working or developing the sporting ecosystem, whether he or she is an athlete, a coach, a manager, we want to ensure that you're prepared to handle this. A lot of individuals who are working with sports or who are actually playing sports do not get a lot of education. They're not able to focus on their education because they're obviously out on the field for most of the time. So you want to ensure that those individuals are able to get the training that they require to actually contribute back to society.
Ma'am, how does curriculum of TransStadia Institute ensure the best practice of industry?
So like I said, our curriculum is highly focused on sports. So everything that we do. So even if we do management, it comes with sports administration, right? So everything is aimed at to develop the sporting ecosystem. We want to give more trained individuals to that particular industry. This is not to say that somebody from another industry will not gain from this program. Of course they will gain because we will focus on management principles, we will focus on the main courses. But anyone who wants to work in sports will actually benefit a lot because our entire pedagogy, our entire philosophy is steeped in sports.
Okay ma'am, any insights into how your institute could be more welcoming to students of different races or economic backgrounds?
We are very conscious of the fact that nobody should be turned away from our programs just because of lack of money. So we want to ensure that we will be providing scholarships, free-ships within the purview of the institute and the university to any deserving and meritorious students. So in that way, we should be able to create a more economically diverse student population.
Ma'am, what do you think your roles and responsibilities to the institute and the students are?
I think my primary responsibility is always with the students. To ensure their development, to ensure that their academic success happens. Other than that, of course, my responsibility is to the society, ensuring that a good developed individual is coming out from my program and going out to serve society.
Ma'am, what do you think should be institute's top priority over the next 10 years?
The primary responsibility of any institute, of any educational institute per se, is to ensure that the student is able to gain the maximum while in their short time with the university or the institute, right? So in an educational environment, you want to ensure that for 10 years, we keep developing, we keep evolving, We ensure that there are more programs at offer, there are more faculty that comes in, so that we are able to go from the very infant stage to an established institute within the realm of Mumbai University and kind of take TransStadia Institute all the way further.
Ma'am, when you first came to TransStadia Institute, what was your vision for the institute? Has it evolved over time and how far along in implementing that vision are you?
Our vision was very different for TransStadia Institute since, like I said, we were thinking completely around sports. So for a lot of my colleagues who are not from the sporting domain, it was a challenge, it was difficult. So our vision definitely evolved, but we've learned so much from athletes, from our board members, from our other faculty, from the sporting infrastructure that our vision has really blossomed into something that is current, that is very now. Since the sporting industry is so much on the verge of explosion right now, so I think we are entering in at a very, very crucial time.
Ma'am, what would you like people to know about your institute they may not know?
Our biggest USP as far as TransStadia Institute is concerned is our curriculum. It is a one-of-a-kind curriculum that nobody else in India is offering. We have actually gone across all domains that we are offering and created a curriculum which is rich in every domain. There is sport that weaves through all of them, but at the same time, we have managed to keep the sanctity of the individual programs. So that curriculum is our biggest USP currently.
Ma'am, what do you see as TransStadia Institute's greatest strengths?
Our greatest strength is definitely our curriculum and of course our affiliation with Mumbai University.
Ma'am, what are some plans that you are currently designing for TransStadia Institute, International Affairs and our students?
So we have a lot of sport-related affiliations that are international in nature. And of course, our program director for sports will be able to shed better light on that. But these are some very crucial affiliations that not anybody in India has managed to get all of them together. So our biggest USP, our biggest strength is our president, Mr. Adil Sumariwala, who's an ex-Olympian. To have someone of that stature in sports guiding us through this program is a huge, huge benefit that can be passed on to our students, to all our incoming students.
Sure, ma'am. How do you tend to establish a healthy relation and environment in your institute?
So like I said, our leadership evolves from team and teamwork. So we are very welcoming to suggestions, very welcoming to opinions from students, from faculty, from other program directors. So that nature or that culture rather of open door policy is something that I am sure will develop a very open policy amongst all of us.
Ma'am, okay, my last questions. Any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
So this message will definitely be for anyone wanting to work with the sporting infrastructure, wanting to work in the sporting ecosystem, wanting to actually excel in hospitality or in computer science, data science, and kind of merge everything together, right? So my message to you is do not give up hope. Even if you are an athlete and you haven't had your focus on education for all this while, come to TransStadia Institute and we will make sure that you will develop into an individual who's able to go out and manage teams, who's able to actually go out and work into the sporting ecosystem and have a career. Even after your initial career related to sports, you will have a career after that.
Okay, thank you ma'am for sharing your time, and I am sure that this would help students coming to our website. It was very informative, and I once again thank you for giving us your time and knowledge.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
having
ma'am.
me. Thank you.